Very good morning, all of you. Myself, Dr. Nagamalleswar Rao, Professor in CSC, Sri Datta Group of Educational Institutions. I welcome all participants for free online training on C programming. Excuse me, Puneet sir, are you getting my voice?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So yesterday we discussed about two topics. First one is different computer languages. Second one is structure of C program. I will give a brief description about again two topics, and immediately I will start new topic today. It will take 15 minutes. Immediately after 15 minutes, I will take new topic. So we already discussed there are languages only for communication. There are three types of languages: mission level language, assembly level language, and high level language. Next. So you know that mission level language is a language which is understood by the mission, not by the user. Why? Because the internal parts are all made up of transistors, integrated circuits, switches, and so on, which having only two states, that is on and off. So on is represented by 1, off is represented by 0. So that is also known as binary level language. So already we discussed. Then second one is assembly level language. Assembly level language also contain symbols, operands, and operators. It is also user understandable, not mission understandable. So you can convert assembly level language into mission level language, that is called assembler. That is called assembler. So the translator we will use, that is called assembler. That's it. So last one, high level language. High level language also understood by the user, not by the mission. Again, we can convert high level language into mission understandable language, that is called compiler. So this point we discussed already. So computer understand only zeros and ones and so on. Assembly level language. All points are discussed yesterday. Then I'm going to give brief introduction about C language. C is a, first of all, C is a general purpose language. It is a simple language. Why? Because it is English statement, everybody can understand. Okay. So actually C language is developed by Dennis Rich in the year of 1972. Before that, there are so many programs are there. First programming language is Fortran, formula translation. After that, CPL, combined programming language. After that, basic BCPL, that is basic combined programming language. After that, Algol 60. Algol 60 means algorithmic language, and so on. In the year of 1972, Dennis Rich is developed by C language. So first of all, what is C language? What is C language? C is a high level and procedure oriented and structured programming language. C is a high level, procedure oriented and a structured programming language. What is high level? We know that. What is high level? High level language is a language which is understood by the user, not by the mission. Okay. What is procedure oriented? What is structured programming? So I told three words. C is a high level, procedure oriented, and structured programming language. So you try to understand one by one. First of all, what is high level? High level language is a language which is understood by the user. User కి అర్థమయ్యే భాష high level language అంటే మనకు అర్థమయ్యే భాష. Then what is procedure oriented? What is procedure oriented? Very simple. Any programming language will support modularity feature. That is called procedure oriented. What is modularity? Modularity means an application is divided into small parts. An application is divided into small parts, small pieces, small subparts. That is called modularity. What is structured programming language? Structured programming. Structured programming means it is a top-down approach. Top-down approach. If you want to solve any problem, we will start 1 to 10, 1 to 10 from starting to ending like that. That is top-down approach. Top-down approach. So this is brief description about C. Next, we discussed already basic structure of C program. This is very important. Again, I am discussing any language contains some structure. Any program contains some structure. C program contain different structure. First one is, I told yesterday, first one is description. Second one is header file. Third one is global declaration. Fourth one is main function. Last one is other functions. Okay. If you see here, hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h. Both are header files. Then void main. First of all, void main is a function header. Function header. Entry point of the program. Entry point of the program. Then this brackets open. Brackets open. That is indicates starting point of the program. Curly brackets open. This indicates starting point of the program. Then last one is curly brackets close, ending point of the program. Ending point of the program, ending point of the main function. Within brackets open, close, whatever the data is there, that data is called local data. Statements are called local statements. If you declare anything outside of the main function, suppose if you write any data after header files, those data are called global data. Global data. Puneet sir, are you getting my voice? Excuse me, Puneet sir.
Sir, your voice is clear, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. So this point already we discussed. So every header file always starts with, I told, a symbol that is called hash. Hash is a one of the, how to start header file means by using hash. That is one of the rule in C language. That is one of the syntax in C language. Followed by include. We are going to include what functions we are going to include. We should write within the less than and greater than symbols. Which type of header file we are going to include. We should write that type of header file within the less than and greater than symbol. So if you want to use printf, scanf functions in your program, not only printf and scanf, so many functions are there. I will show today. In general, output function is printf, input function is scanf. So we will use hash include stdio.h at first line. Okay. Std means standard, I means input, O means output, dot is mandatory, that is syntax, followed by h means header file. Second header file I told already, hash include conio.h. You know that hash include, we are going to include less than symbol. conio means con means console. Console is nothing but a monitor. Console is nothing but a monitor. Console, I means input, O means output, dot H means header file. These are the header files. Any header files always starts with a symbol that is called hash. This is one of the rule in C language. Next. Every C program contain only one main function and a number of subfunction. One main function and number of subfunction. Every time execution always starts with main function. Suppose if you write n number of function, we discussed already, we written yesterday 4 functions. First function is main, second function is SDES, third function is SDGI, fourth function is CSC. We have 4 functions. Out of 4, execution always starts with main function only and ends with main only. Execution starting and ending is done in main only. Next, how to execute subfunction we will discuss later. But initially execution always starts with main function. If you write number of functions also, execution always starts with main function. Today I will execute some more programs. I will show you. Next, suppose if you want to write 4 functions, first one is main function, second one is SDES function, third one is SDGI function, fourth one is CSC function. But compilation is done top to bottom. What is compilation? I told already, compilation means converting one level language into another level language. Conversion of high level language into mission level language. So if you write 4 functions, it will compile, not a problem, but execute only main function. How to execute all functions? It will come under functions concept. Okay. So this is the brief description or summary about previous class. Then today I am going to teach how to run a program. First of all, how to write a program. After writing, how to compile, how to save, how to execute. All point I will discuss today. I think it is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. So this is C software, C editor. How to download, how to run, I will give the complete notes. Initially, I will start by taking the program. So you should open this prompt. This is your C software. Okay. Initially, save this. For saving, there is an option, directly press F2 button. Otherwise, go to file. There is a save option. Okay. So here, save file as, where it is saved. This file is saved. This is my C drive. C : turbo C3 and bin. Up to here, this is a software. Turbo C3 and bin. Up to here, software. I will give the file name here. Suppose I will give a file name program1 or p1 dot. I will give shortcut p1. Again, I am saving. p1 dot c. If you want to save your program, you can write any name, you can give any name, but .c is mandatory because of this is C programming. If you want to save C++ program, we will use .cpp. .cpp. This is your C program. You should give program name, that is your wish. Any name you can give, not a problem. .c is mandatory. So you see here no name 00.cpp. అక్కడ అలా ఉంది కదా, ఇప్పుడు ఆటోమేటిక్ ఓవర్ రైడ్ అయిపోతుంది చూడండి. దిస్ ఫైల్ ఆల్రెడీ దేర్, నాట్ ఏ ప్రాబ్లం. ఐ విల్ t1.c. Initially you take empty editor and save your C program. Initially you say not a problem. After that we will start the program. You know that structure of C program. You have basic knowledge, minimum knowledge. That is, first one is documentation section. Documentation section means the description about our program. How to write description? By using commented lines. What we will write? We can write anything. Anything. Suppose I will write my program, that is simple program or first program. First program. Then I will use, I will write my college name. Yes, you can write, not a problem. Institution. Then I will give the date. We can write anything in commented lines. Because of it is not executed, it is not compiled also. Whatever the commented lines you are mentioned, that lines are not executed by the compiler. Compiler అది ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయాలండి. కామెంటెడ్ లైన్స్ అంటే సపరేట్, అసలు దానితో సంబంధం లేదు కంపైలర్. ఓకే, దెన్ after that we will initially starts with header files, that is #include stdio.h. This is your first header file, stdio.h. After that I will write a function header. You observe here void space main. I told yesterday void is a keyword. Keyword means a reserved word. There are 32 keywords are available in C language. Any function always starts with function header followed by function body. So this line is called function header. Void space main. I told main is an identifier or function name. Any function name followed by left parenthesis and right parenthesis. Left parenthesis and right parenthesis. This is the rule in C language. Then followed by brackets open. I told this is starting point of the main. In the PPT load me present చేశాను. This is starting point of the main. Then this is ending point of the main. So within starting point, ending point, this whatever the data is called local data or local statements. Local data or local statement. Okay. Now, yesterday we discussed about void. Void is a keyword. Keyword means reserved word. There are 32 keywords are there. Followed by immediately space, gap ఇవ్వాలండి. Compulsory, mandatory. It is syntax. It is a rule. If you want to write any program in any language, there are some certain rules and regulations that are called syntaxes. అలా రాయకుండా ఎలా పడితే అలా రాయటానికి లేదు. You see the difference? If you type any keyword in this editor, by default the color will change. I told void is a keyword. If you type void in this command prompt, by default the color will change. So చూడండి అక్కడ ఆటోమేటిక్ వైట్ వచ్చేసింది. Okay, so you try to understand void space main followed by left parenthesis, right parenthesis. That entire part is called function header. So initially each and every point is very important. That's why I'm telling more than 3 times or 4 times. If you understand the basic concept, then you can write any program. So you try to understand what is void, why we are giving space, why we are writing main, and so on. So void is a keyword followed by space followed by main. I told this one also known as return type, return type, return type followed by function name, followed by arguments, starting point, ending point. After that, number of statements. So I will write only one statement. I will write only one statement here, that is printf. Today I will discuss what is printf, how to execute printf, how to write printf. I will discuss today. You don't worry. I will write welcome. Initially, I will tell you how to write a program, how to save a program, how to execute a program, how to check your output. After that, I will go with printf. So this is your program. Then again, you save, not a problem. After completion of your program, immediately compile your program. First of all, this program is a high-level language program. I told C is a high-level, procedure-oriented, and structured programming language. So what is this? This is a high-level program. This is user-understandable program. Okay. So after completion of your program, first initially compile your program. You see here, there are so many options are there: file, edit, search, run, compile. You compile this program. Okay. Just press compile option here. Otherwise, press Alt F9. Alt F9. You can. I will provide the notes also, how to execute, how to run. But you remember how to compile. There is an option here, compile. Otherwise, use Alt F9 buttons in your keyboard. Alt F9. You see here, there is an option compiling. You understand here how many lines are compiled? ఏదో కంపైల్ చేసాం, రన్ చేసాం, ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయిపోయింది, అవుట్పుట్ చూసామని కాదండి. Each and every point is very important. How many lines are compiled here? 316. 316 lines are compiled. But see here, how many lines are there? You ignore the description documentation section. You try to find out how many lines are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lines program is there. But how many lines compiled? 315 lines. How it is possible? I will explain later. Okay. So this is compilation. So actually, whatever the program is there, this entire program we termed as source code. Source code is nothing but original program. So this entire program is called source code. So ఇప్పుడు source code మనం ఏం చేసాం? కంపైల్ చేసాం. We have compiled. What is compiling? I told compilation means converting one level language into another level language. That is called high level language into mission level language. ఓకే. ఇన్ జనరల్ గా మీకు నార్మల్ గా ఏం చెప్తారంటే, కంపైల్ చేస్తే ఎర్రర్స్ ఉంటే చూసుకోవాలంటారు. ఇన్ జనరల్ ఏం జరుగుతుంది అంటే, అక్కడ కన్వర్ట్ అయిపోతుంది డేటా మొత్తం. ఈ మనం సోర్స్ కోడ్ డేటా మొత్తం దేంట్లో కన్వర్ట్ అవుతుంటే మిషన్ అండర్స్టాండబుల్ లాంగ్వేజ్ లో కన్వర్ట్ అవుతుంది. వాట్ ఈస్ మిషన్ అండర్స్టాండబుల్ లాంగ్వేజ్? జీరోస్ అండ్ వన్స్. సో దిస్ ఎంటైర్ కోడ్ will generate as object file. Object file means this is our program, that is p1.c. After compiling, system automatically will generate one more file. This is original file. p1.c is original file. This is also called source code. This is user understandable language. This is high level language. When you are compiling, after compiling this program, this source code, this high level language, automatically system will generate one more file. That file name is called object file. That file name is called object file. Okay, so that file name saved as p1.obj. The file name saved as with extension .obj. Obj means object file. Object file. That is understood by the system, not by the user. Okay, so first open this prompt, save the prompt, type your program, again save, compile the program, finally run your program. How to run your program? There is an option here, run. Otherwise, press Control F9. Control F9. Okay. Then check your output for Alt F5. Welcome. Welcome. So first save your program, then compile your program. For compilation, do Alt F9. Alt F9, there is option here, Alt F9. Otherwise, compile option is there. Then run your program, run your program, run Control F9. Directly you press here, Control F9. Okay. Finally, the output, how to check your output? By using Alt F5 buttons. Welcome. Okay. So I executed, I compiled one time, over. Suppose if you execute, if you run this program again, Alt F9, no need to compile, but not a problem. Then Control F9, Control F9. Okay. Then check your output by pressing Alt F5, Alt F5. See, welcome, welcome, two times will print. Why? Two times we are executed. Suppose if you execute one more time, Control F9, check the output, Alt F5, one more time, three times will print. I think got my point. Okay. Next, I will use one more header file that is called hash include conio.h. conio.h means console. Con means, I told already, console. Console is nothing but a monitor. I means input, O means output, H means header file. Console input output header file. Okay, so printf is available at hash include stdio.h. Then I'm going to use a function that is a CLR-SCR. CLR-SCR means clear screen. CLR-SCR. CLR-SCR is a function. I told if you want to write any function, followed by function name followed by left parenthesis and right parenthesis. So CLR-SCR followed by semicolon. What is the use of CLR-SCR? So in the name is there na, clear screen. Clear screen means, again I will execute this program. I will show the Control F9. Check Alt F5 for output. Welcome is there means current program output only will print. ఇందాక ఏం చేసాం మనం, వన్ టైం ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తే ఒకసారి ప్రింట్ అయింది, సెకండ్ టైం చేస్తే ఫస్ట్ టైం ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయింది, సెకండ్ టైం ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయింది, మళ్ళీ రెండు ప్రింట్ అయింది. థర్డ్ టైం ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తే ఏమైంది, ఫస్ట్ టైం సెకండ్ టైం థర్డ్ టైం త్రీ ప్రింట్ అయింది. అలా కాకుండా ఓన్లీ ప్రజెంట్ కరెంట్ అవుట్పుట్ మాత్రమే కావాలంటే we will remove the data, previous data, by using CLR-SCR. CLR-SCR is available hash include stdio.h. Then one more important point. Suppose if you remove this header file hash include stdio.h, if you remove, what will happen? Just compile your program first, Alt F9. First save your program by pressing F2 button, then Alt F9. No errors, no warnings, no errors. Lines compiled 209. Actually we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 but 209 lines are compiled, I will tell you. Then after that Control F9. Yes, Any error? No error. Then you remove this one also. Control F9. Alt F9. Control F9. No problem. Alt F5. Check your output. Welcome. But my version will execute any function. Sometimes if you not include header files, by default you will get error. You will get error. Okay. So what type of error you can get? That is, suppose if you not mention hash include stdio.h, automatically you can get prototype is required. Printf function required a prototype. Means header file is required. Okay. Now I will use some more statements, some more printfs. SDES. So you observe here, main function contain four statements. First one is CLR is here, clear screen, clear screen. How to write CLR is here? CLR is here, followed by left parenthesis, right parenthesis, followed by semicolon. Semicolon. It is one of the rule in C language. Any statement terminates with a semicolon. So execution, you know that execution starts with main. I told if you write n number of functions, execution always starts with main function, but compilation is done top to bottom. Okay. So first CLR is here, then welcome, then SDES E4, SDGA 9P. So what is the output for this program? First save this program F2. After that compile this program by pressing Alt F9, Alt F9. Compiling 31 lines are compiled, 319 lines are compiled. After that control F9, that is called running. Okay, check your output by pressing Alt F5. Welcome SDES E4 SDGI 9P. This is your output. Okay, if you write n number of printfs in a function, n number of printfs will display, not a problem. Okay, so you see the output here. Again, welcome SDES E4 SDGA 9P. Then I think it is visible, sir. Whiteboard is visible.
It's starting, sir, now. Yes.
Yes, thank you. So previous program output is welcome, followed by immediately SDES E4, followed by SDGA 9P. This is your previous program, same line, not in another line. Okay, next. Okay, this is your output in previous program. Now I am expecting the output is like this. I'm expecting output is welcome. Welcome is one line. Second line, HDES E4, another line. Third one, SDGA 9P. I'm expecting output is like this. So first program output is single line. Second program I'm expecting first line is welcome. Second line is SDES E4. Third line is SDGA 9P. For if you want to print this format, we will use a new line character. One thing is new line character. I will show the program. Just see. Okay. So what is the output for this program? Welcome SDES E4 SDGA 9P in same line. Okay. If you want to print SDGA SDES E4 next line, we will use a special character that is called /n. /n, that is capital only, small letter only. Okay. /n is a new line character. /n is a new line character. Somebody is modifying my screen, sir. If you write /n here, /n. If you write /n here, by default, the output will come in next line. Suppose if you write /n here also, /n. That should be small letter, not capital. Okay. If you execute this program, the output will be like this. How? The output will be first line is welcome. Welcome. Second line SDES E4. Third line SDGA 9P. This is expected output. Okay. Next, I want output is like this. First welcome followed by some space, means gap, followed by SDES, followed by SDGA. I want output like this. In same line, word to word, I'm going to maintain some gap. I'm going to maintain some gap. How to maintain that gap means by using a special character that is called /t. /t. Just see my screen. Slash already there, T. It should be small letter, not capital. If you execute this program, the output will be welcome, followed by space, followed by SDES, followed by SDGA. That's all. So how to execute program? I think all of you understood. How first open this editor. Again, I'm telling you. First open this editor. After that, save your program. Save your program with the name of any name. .c is mandatory because of C program. Then immediately you start with the description, followed by header file, followed by main function. Okay, you see I will write number of functions. I will write number of functions here. First of all, you see how to execute this program. Okay, see. I will press F7 button. F7 means line by line execution. Line by line execution. Line by line execution. So if you press F7 button, automatically execution will start. Where it will start? From main function. From main function. Okay. So it started main function, followed by again press F7. Control goes to inside. Control goes to inside. So now CLR SCR is under execution. CLR SCR is under execution. Suppose check your output. Previous program output is there. If you execute CLR SCR means CLR SCR is execute అయిందంటే meaning ఏంటంటే previous output అనేది ఏమి ఉండదు. So control point CLR SCR means that is under execution, not executed. Okay. Again press F7 button. Control goes to next statement. Now CLR is SCR is executed. Already execute అయింది. ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయిందంటే దానికి మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? ప్రీవియస్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ అవుట్పుట్ ఎలాంటి అవుట్పుట్ ఉండదు. చెక్ యువర్ అవుట్పుట్ బై ప్రెసింగ్ ఆల్ట్ F5. ఎస్, నథింగ్ ఈస్ దేర్. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ అగైన్ ప్రెస్ F7 button. Again press F7 button. Control goes to third line in the main function. Means CLR SCR executed, printf welcome also executed. Now tell me what is the output for this program. Up to here, what is the output? Output is only welcome. Only one printf is executed. Yes, check your output alt F5. Yes, welcome. Okay, now third line is under execution. Again if you press printf, again if you press F7 button, control goes to next line. Now two lines are already executed. First printf and second printf. Check your output by pressing alt F5. Welcome SDES E4. SDES E4. Next, again press F7. Control goes to end of the main function. End of the main function. Last line కి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. అప్పుడు ఏముంటది? 3 lines ఆల్రెడీ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయిపోయి ఉంటాయి. చూడండి F7. Okay, check your output alt F5. Yes, welcome SDES E4 SDGA 90. This is your program. Okay, so if this program is a source code, this program also known as high level program. If you compile, automatically one file is generated. That file is called object file. Okay, the extension is called p1.obj because we are putting here p1.c. Automatically p1.obj will generate. After execution, execution, one more file is generated. That file name is called p1.exe. Exe means executable file. Executable file. Okay, so you try to understand. If you write any program that is called source code, that name should be p1.c. After compiling, one more file is generated, that is called p1.obj. That is mission understandable format. After that, after compiling, after running, one more file is generated, p1.exe. That is called executable file. That's all. To hear any doubt, please ask me. Okay. One more important point. If you press Alt F9, see here, 320 lines are compiled. Actually, we have only 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines are there. Okay, but lines compiled 320. How it is possible? Just see here. Go to help, then contents. See here, header file. Header file. Header file option is there now. Just click header file. Okay, these all are header files. log.h. I told na, so many header files are there, but our header files we are using first hash include stdio.h. So you check the hash include stdio.h. stdio.h. See here, yes, this is your header file stdio.h. stdio.h. Puneet sir, is it visible to you? Are you getting my voice clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So if you press stdio.h, it contains so many functions. See here, stdio.h contains so many functions. Initially, we are using printf. Now, this is your printf. This is your printf. So if you write hash include stdio.h, all functions will execute. That's why we got 300 plus lines under execution, under compilation. Got my point? Okay. Next, one more header file is there now. That is, I'm written hash include conio.h. Just wait here. I will write here. So initially you check here, Alt F9, only 320. Okay. I will include one more header file. Shift hash include conio.h. It is typed in capital letters. Some technical problem. Okay, but I will show you where it is. See here, header files. Contents, header files. What is our header file name? conio.h. conio.h. Yes. So this header file contain what I told CLR SCR. conio.h. See here, CLR SCR is available. Yes. So these all functions are called predefined function. stdio.h contains some functions. conio.h contains some function. All are predefined functions. Okay. So if you use hash include conio.h, by default all functions will execute along with CLR SCR. Along with CLR SCR. Okay. So we have to learn all functions. All functions. Okay. Then. So finally, I think everybody understood how to write, how to compile, how to run your program. Okay, right. So this is basic structure of program. Then header files, then main function, then how to run a program. See here, type a program, save a program, after that compile the program, run the program. Save a program, compile the program, run the program. But there are different options based on different versions, C versions. I will give that part notes also. See here. Initially a file that is called source code. Source code. After compiling, object file will generate. After running, executable file also will generate. There are 3 files. Source code. Source code is nothing but our original file. Second one, object file. Object file, how to generate object file after compilation? How to compile? By pressing Alt F9. What is compilation? Converting source code into mission understandable language. Then last one, executable file. So you try to remember 3 files: .c, .obj, .exe. That's all. This is Alt F9. By pressing Alt F9, Control F9. Running, compiling and running. These PPTs also I will share you. So these are some header files: stdio.h, conio.h, math.h. So many header files are there. All header files we will discuss tomorrow. So today you learn how to write a program. What is void main? What is void? What is main? How to write a program, how to save your program, how to execute your program, how to check your output your program, how to execute complete program, and how to execute line by line. Okay, if you have any doubts, please ask me.
So, sir, you want to take doubts now only, sir, to be clear?
I will stop the session, sir. I will come.
Yeah, right, sir. Okay. Okay.